So yesterday I posted a quote on my Instagram. I'll put it right here. Now you have to understand that the value within you is going to externalize and actualize in your behavior, and it's going to reflect in the way you conduct yourself. And so our personal development is keyed in on focus and pinpointed. The focal point of our development is to compound our personal value. And so when we compound our personal value and each day we accumulate more and we continue to grow in that aspect, you will see that the value within you will actualize and manifest externally through you. And so what does that mean? I mean, what is valuable? When you conduct yourself a certain way, when you're disciplined, that's value. When you can focus in and lock in, or you can be resilient and resist, when you can control your mind, when you have 100% control of your mind, this is valuable. Why is this valuable? Well, because these qualities will simply allow you to navigate the external world, aka life, at a high degree. If you lack restraint, well, you'll be giving into every single thing that occupies your mind. Anything that plops into your mind, you now feel tempted, and there you go. And so when you key in and hold these high aspects in regard to your development, when you hold these aspects to yourself and the lack of, therefore being accountable for lacking these qualities, you will now see that you will persist in the endeavor of creating such qualities. And so what we do is we focus in on the higher qualities because these will manifest through creative expression. Now we have to understand that your internal world, aka your internal self, aka your mind, is in a constant state of external expression, creative expression. And so what does that mean? Well, the value within yourself, when you have a lot of value within, aka you have higher quality traits reflecting high value, because the way you navigate life is a reflection of these qualities, you are going to manifest the value within you through a creative expression. And so what is creative expression? Now we have to understand that the way you express yourself in life is a direct reflection of your mind. And so creative expression is simply the ongoing sequence of the way you express yourself. And so when you decide to pick up a pencil and draw, or you decide to work out, or you decide to rap, these are all creative expressions. When you decide to scroll on your phone, when you decide to jerk off the porn, when you decide to play the game, this is also a form of creative expression. The difference is that one is low quality and one is high quality. And so the internal aspects of yourself and the qualities that you hold within you, these will manifest and actualize through the external expression of creativity. So what does it mean to create? You have to understand that you are on an ongoing pattern of simply being. So the way you exist, the way that you ontologically literally exist in space, is by occupying space and doing shit. Now what you do is going to lead to a future. What you do is going to create the now that you exist in the future. What does that mean? You've heard me say, create a present in the present moment to give yourself a present in the future. Use the present as a gift to give yourself a present in the future. Now, most of you guys, you sit there and you pretend like existence isn't existence. Most of you guys, you are as existentially incompetent. You lack the intellect to look at your life, to look around you and to say, I only exist once, and this is what the fuck I'm doing with it. And so, therefore, you stagnate and depreciate in internal value. So your internal value is now going to express itself externally. And so the creative expression that you express is now reflecting the lower qualities within yourself. And so these lower qualities is going to manifest a low quality existence. And so then you wonder why you feel negative. And so the beginning to cutting the roots of your negativity is to simply be accountable for who you are as an individual. And this is where you have to actually confront yourself. Now you have to actually look in the mirror and realize how low quality you actually are. And you are not what you pretend to be, but you are the low quality individual who jerks off the porn, who hits the vape, who escapes from weed, through weed. And then you have to understand that these expressions, these creative expressions, are low quality, and what low qualities are they reflecting within yourself? When you smoke weed, you are using something as an escapism to disregard your emotions that you need to go through to build mental resilience and to handle your emotions and control them at a higher level. When you sit there and you jerk off the porn, you are disregarding the responsibility to gain confidence to go up to women, or you are disregarding the fact that you actually have to work to earn that nut. The nut, that is the most potent feeling you'll ever feel, and you disregard the fact that you have to actually garner higher qualities to earn that. And so you will continue this endless cycle of perpetuating these low qualities through creative expression, because you're not cutting them off by the root and you're not holding yourself accountable too. And so what we do is we simply eradicate these expressions, because these expressions are reflecting into your internal world. And so when we look at your mind and we pull back the curtain and we realize how fucked you are mentally, when we realize you're a porn addicted you use porn as an scapegoat, you use weed as an scapegoat to escape yourself and to disregard the responsibility of life, which is the confrontation and development of self, the personal evolution. Well, we have to understand how low quality you actually are. And the reason we have to actually put this in your fucking brain for you to actually process and compute, because you are stuck in a level of inertia where you forgot to look in the mirror and realize how bad this is actually affecting you. Most of you guys are so inert that when it comes down to actually doing something for yourself, you need quote-unquote motivation. But the definition of motivation is a reason to act. And so if you need a reason to act to further perpetuate a higher quality existence and a higher quality of life, aka a higher quality of experience for yourself in the life you get once, well, you definitely, that is a reflection of how low quality you are. Because if you need motivation, you're just fucking stupid. If you need a reason to better yourself, you're just fucking stupid. It's because you don't need a reason to better yourself. The fucking causality of your existence is to better yourself on a constant fucking state, and then allow that to reflect into the external world. And so most of you guys sit here and say you need motivation. You can't even do something for yourself that is going to reward you, but not instantly. So you need instant gratification to do something, and this is why you guys stay stuck to the lower quality aspects, because these typically instantly gratify you. But the moment you actually can hold yourself accountable and realize that you're a fucking existential failure, fucking crisis, now we can actually realize and comprehend the degree of your fuckedness. You guys are so fucked at such a high level that when we look at your reality, you hate that shit. And so you have to truly confront yourself. What is reflecting from within you into your external world? Then we realize that you have compounded the negative habits and the negative qualities from doing those habits into yourself, to the point that you believe you're stuck. But the reason you believe you're stuck is because you're not taking any steps forward. And so most of you guys invalidate yourself and devaluate yourself because you guys neglect the responsibility to not make an excuse. You make an excuse. Every time you make an excuse, what you're saying is, I'm too weak to actually complete this. Every time you say I can't, or every time you make some fucking excuse, every time you say you don't have fucking time when all you have is fucking time, you dumb fuck. You say you don't have fucking time, but your entire fucking existence is based off of the concept of time. And so when we look at who you are as an individual, that excuse is just a reflection of the lower qualities you allow to seep from your soul into the actualization of the creative expression of remaining a low-level fuck. And so what we simply do is we have to confront ourselves. We have to realize that these are actually compounding and accumulating into an individual we don't want to be. No one wants to sit there and lack discipline. No one wants to sit there and lack resilience. No one wants to sit there and be an insecure bitch. Everyone wants to have confidence. Everyone wants to creatively express themselves at a high degree. The reason people cannot is because they are simply stuck to the lower qualities and the low quality actions that they take daily. And so they are too weak to actually look in the mirror and confront themselves, because now they have to realize that they are a pussy bitch, and this entire fucking time they've been lying to themselves that they're not, and they accept this porn addict piece of shit, weed escapism bitch, simultaneously having other low-level fucks validate them for it. And so what you have to truly do is look at the highest level of people and then realize that these people are high quality. You guys are so quick to separate yourself. You're so quick to make yourself special. Why does he have that and why can't I? Well, simply because that individual is creatively expressing higher qualities through the way he behaves and conducts himself compared to you. And so when we compare the two individuals, the low quality versus the high quality, we realize that the differ between both of them is the way they conduct themselves. And so when we look at the habits we assign to you on the program, well, it's very fucking simple. We give you the habits, we give you the information, and you join the community. And all this will lead to the compounding of the higher qualities within your internal state to actualize a higher quality, creative way of expressing yourself. Because everything is creative expression. And so when we look at the internal world that you exist within, aka your mind, and we realize how low quality you are, and then the negative habits that you perpetuate, it's a direct reflection. And so the way you express yourself is definitely what you are, because when we strip you, again, you are just a brain, a spine, and the electricity. And the electricity within you is literally the emotion that you feel. It's the information that you have within your brain. We have to understand how this works. And so most of you guys, you are low quality fucking electricity. And so you can sit here and you can cover yourself and you can hide behind all the materials, whatever the fuck you want to use to cover what the fuck you really are, which is that fucking porn addict. But when we strip you bare, you are just low quality you are low quality electricity ruminating the space in the universe, doing nothing for the benefit of anything but yourself at the lowest level. You see, when you always have to put yourself first, yes, but most of you guys sit here and that is your only priority. You guys don't actually look around and think, how can I benefit this other person while benefiting myself? It's mutual. Most of you guys are so worried about survival and surviving that you actually forgot that, you can actually do something creative with your fucking time and energy on earth. You don't have to sit here and fucking stagnate a subordinate fucking slave until you fucking die. You guys can simply do something that is going to benefit others and you can do this while working, or you can do this while whatever the fuck you do. But most of you guys are okay with where you're at, but you're not. You're okay with where you're at until you experience something higher quality, and now you're out of there. And so now we have to reflect on your character and what the fuck you are remaining through time, as time continues to progress, an infinite progression, a fucking infinite cycle of sequences and patterns, and you remain in the same level of fucking pattern. And so do yourself a favor and switch it up, because you will die a gunk bitch. Peace.